Friends, we are on the road to the biggest wrestling show of the year. I'm, of course, talking about WrestleMania 42, happening April 18th and 19th. And with that comes one of the most coveted spots in professional wrestling anywhere, and that is being selected to be in the main event of WrestleMania. This is a place where legends are made, Hall of Famers have cemented their case, monumental championship changes have happened. This is a spot to let the world know that you are one of the top people in this grand sport. So, with the latest rendition coming around, it's time to talk about who deserves to be in the night 1 and night 2 main events. Before we get to that, go ahead and do me a favor, like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Go ahead and follow me at all socials at It's Heartfelt. Without further ado, let's get into it. Before we do hypotheticals, let's talk about what is confirmed as far as participants and matches so far for WrestleMania. What we do have right now is Roman Reigns, the men's Royal Rumble winner, has chosen CM Punk as his opponent for WrestleMania. And as of right now, that match is still, on the docket for a World Heavyweight Championship. Now, CM Punk does have a title match at Elimination Chamber against Finn Balor. Should Finn Balor win, I'm assuming it's going to make a triple threat, or we'll see how it gets there. But for right now, the penciled in match is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. We do have the 2 Elimination Chamber matches. Whoever wins the men's will go after a WWE title. Whoever wins the women's will go after a title at WrestleMania. I say a title because Liv Morgan won the women's Royal Rumble, and she still has not officially made her selection. So she can go after either or title, and presumably the winner of the women's chamber goes after the other title. So with all those being said, let's go over what I assume will be the matches at WrestleMania, and based on what they are and relative to other things, do they just kind of deserve to be a main event. Starting off, we have the WWE Championship currently held by Drew McIntyre, and he's going to face the winner of the Chamber. Now, I'm leaning towards like a Cody Rhodes. I think they run that back. Cody is QB1. He is the face, has been the face for the past 2 years or so. And from a business sense, that just makes the most sense. And if you know anything about WWE last couple of years since TKO bought them, they will make sure that business sense is the prevailing sense. I could see a backup in Randy Orton as a winner. Orton versus Drew will be a fantastic match itself. Now, if you throw Randy or Cody versus Drew, is it worthy of a main event? Absolutely. It's 3 of the biggest names in our sport vying for the most prestigious title in our sport. The problem with me is that, one, Cody and Drew were feuding all over the fall of last year, so that's and Randy and Drew fought, albeit 6 years, like 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago. Though there are more compelling cases and more chances of having better feuds and matches leading into it. It is not a shot at the performers. It's just it's very much a been there, done that, which anyone involved. Now, they could throw Jacob Fatu in the mix. He's been beefing everybody. But even with that, I don't see a world in which it's not being a night 2 main event. I don't see a world that night 1 is very debatable. If it is a night 1 main event, it's because TKO saw that as the best dollar signs available for that spot. Next, we have Liv Morgan, who again is the Women's Rumble winner. She has, as of this moment, as a recording of this, she has yet to choose her opponent. But all signs are looking to the Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer. Just their intensity, the feud they have. I love that they're letting the Spanish fly, and it's not so much what's been done in the past, like this person speaking Spanish, the other person's like, what? I can't speak it. I'm American. Which, look at WWE's history, is all through it. But they're letting Stephanie be her authentic self, and they're letting her be her passionate, angry self at Liv, justified or not. because Stephanie has been saying, like, oh, you know, you got the best of the best handed to you, and you haven't struggled like I struggled. And Liv has had a not so like peachy road to where she is now, but she worked her ass off. And Dom being the translator in there, because you know Stephanie is angry and mad, and when you're angry and mad, you're not thinking about translating. If you know, let's say French was my first language and somebody just pissed me off, my brain is like going to like automatically do the translation like English, English, English. I'm gonna be cussing you out in French. So that's what it is here in Dom being having to translate all those awful things to Liv, and Liv trying to stand her ground, but knowing that there is a imposing force of Stephanie. Oh, it's been great. It's been awesome, and that impending match, should this be the course, will be chef's kiss. This is a match where if they build it up properly, I could see being the night one main event. I think it's a showcase to the world, especially TKO don't give a damn about other demographics, but hopping off the Bad Bunny train in Spanish, letting Stephanie run Spanish through here. These are two world-class performers, two of the best all around talents that he has, not just in-ring but character work as well when allowed. I think this match could be the night one main event. Night two may be a stretch, but definitely this could be the night one main event. All right, we have Jade Cargill, the current WWE Women's Champion, against, again, presumably if Liv chooses Stephanie, the Women's Chamber winner will face Jade at WrestleMania. And this match for me, unfortunately, is probably the least likely to secure a main event spot. Even if a Charlotte or Alexa wins, I don't know. I just don't see a world where they build it up between the 6 or 7 weeks between Chamber and Mania to give it that, unless they just go balls to the walls, blood feud, which there's not enough history there for anyone and Jade to justify that, especially with, you know, Bianca Belair on the shelf. Naomi is expecting, Bianca's out. There's really no one else that has that history to warrant a blood feud and thus warrant the intensity rising. You have Charlotte, which would be like a dream match. You have like the Staz of Charlotte Flair, the powerhouse upcoming of Jade, even though she's champion. That could sneak its way into a night one, but for me personally, nothing against the women. This is definitely a shot at their booking, not at them. That there's not enough juice there to warrant a main event spot night one or night two. This next match should be the night two main event. It should be a night one main event. Let them wrestle over and over and over again. I'm of course talking about the blood feud, the turf war, the all-out mega assault between El Grande Americano and OG El Grande Americano. This has been hatred festering at the boil, and it's ready to tip over. You have the OG El Grande Americano who had to leave for unknown reasons, and you had this newcomer El Grande Americano who took the ball and ran with it, took his spot. Now the OG wants to come back and tell the new guy, hey, you're in my spot. A new guy's like, nah, man, I'm doing this better than you ever can. This needs to be a mask versus mask match, and holy hell, this needs to be, if TKO is smart, this will be the night two main event. My lawyer has advised me to let you all know, if you can't tell, that I am in fact joking. That was a jokey joke. Still gonna be a good match though, and hopefully it plays out mask versus mask at WrestleMania. And now we move to a 99.9% confirmed match. That is the Royal Rumble winner Roman Reigns versus the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk. Now again, CM Punk has a defense against Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber, and it very well could toss things into a flux. But for the sake of argument, let's say CM Punk retains at Elimination Chamber. This match is the dream match of dream matches this year. It is something that was kind of touched on last year in a triple threat night one main event. You threw Seth Rollins in there. It was all about the allegiance of Paul Heyman for that match. But this one is different. It's one-on-one, no Paul Heyman. It's just hate. You have CM Punk, who brought Roman at the time, Dean Ambrose and Seth up to the main roster, who when they were known as a Shield. You had CM Punk who left, who kind of threw some things high and dry, potentially Roman Reigns being one of them. Fast forward a decade, you have Roman Reigns' blessing for CM Punk to even come back when, in storyline he could have said no and that was it. And it's just hatred and vitriol for all those years. I know they teamed twice at War Games, but that was a very thin layer of camaraderie. That's out the door. Roman said it. There's hate, there's proving to be best in the world, and there's championship gold, that being the World Heavyweight Championship. And this, my friends, very least night one main event. I'm failing to see what could possibly top it, unless you get Rock versus Stone Cold coming back. Nothing can top this for a night two main event. Like I said, it's a dream match. It's a stockholder's wet dream for WWE. And this is the best in the world versus the Tribal Chief. It's what when you think WrestleMania, you think matches like this, which is why I'm penciling in this match as a night two main event. So all of that said, here we go. What I think will be the two main events. Your night one main event. This is more maybe a wish more than common sense. But I see Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer closing out night one for the women's world title. I think, again, going back to there's that intensity there. The fact that they let Stephanie beat her and it's working. Liv is one of the greatest women heels of this generation. And Dom being there adds a little sprinkle of narcissism on Liv's side. And that match will be fantastic, and I think it will be and it should be the night one main event. You already know why I think it should be night two. Roman Reigns, CM Punk. It's not about Paul Heyman. It's not about anything. It's just about hate and championship gold. That should close out WrestleMania 42 this year. Okay, guys, what do you think should be the main events? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you appreciate it. I will catch you guys in the next one. And for now, bye.